We quit our jobs, we sold everything.
And now we're leaving Chicago to travel the world full time.
Everything's gonna change in a month.
A month, yeah.
Wow. These are our last days in Chicago. A few words about Chicago. What has Chicago meant for us? It's been
a safe space.
It's been, in a good way, like a respite, a place to step away from everything and start to rediscover ourselves. But this next journey is going to be about really discovering ourselves.
This felt like a recentering of ourselves. Literally in the middle of America. It's kind of where we set ourselves.
Yeah.
It's like the center city.
Because we came from Seattle and then ended up in Chicago through all the signs from the universe, and now it feels like it's time for the world.
We're getting signs now from the world to go out. So yeah, it's about a month before we leave this beautiful city that we once in this same spot were so excited to come to. And so we are excitedly and peacefully leaving.
Yeah, it's felt like Chicago has told us through its own ways that it's time to go. It's time for the next thing.
We're ready,
yeah. And all our associations with this city have been nothing but positive, and still, like, we're gonna move on. When we came here, we didn't know that this was where we were gonna end up, that we were gonna leave eventually.
This was the exact spot that we fell in love with the city, and it began the decision to move here. So kind of out of, just a respect for that, just out of like feeling the emotions again one last time maybe. It's like, yeah, we're coming back to the beginning and sitting, being,
Thinking. We're both excited and anxious for this next chapter, but we're leaving in such a good headspace, I think. All this time in Chicago, we've started to discover ourselves. Maybe started to discover what we were not is a good way to put it. We discovered
what we were not.
Yeah. And then now we'll be discovering what we are.
I know once we officially leave, it'll be an emotional departure, but it won't be like any other departure we've had. It'll feel it'll feel like the first peaceful goodbye.
Emotional, but still peaceful, like a mature goodbye. Thank you so much to this amazing city. Seriously, can't say enough good things about this place.
It has given so much to us, more than we had anticipated.
Yeah.
So many things changed here on such for what we know, fast timing. Even after such a short time here, we feel this was such a big part of our journey to be here.
So thank you so much. And we'll see you on the flip side.
Thank you.
That one's Mitzi. That one's Mossy. These are our tree friends, and mitskwa's right across the street that way. It's hard to tell. But yeah, this is our goodbye to them, our tree friends, as we embark on this next journey.
Life adventures, yep.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
See Trump Tower and other buildings.
And the river.
See that?
This is most likely our last time being out before we leave.
Yeah.
So we're just taking a stroll through the city and taking it all in.
Just saying one big thank you to Chicago for everything it has been for us.
We are so happy for this time, and we're so happy we chose this place to come. So now we're choosing the next thing.
Goodbye to this view where we could see the Hancock building and the lake. We really appreciated everything here. And this is the floor that we slept on. On a sleeping bag.
That you cut open?
I cut open, yeah, so that it could be flat. And then we slept here for like 4 days and our backs hurt. We quit our jobs, we sold everything.
And now we're leaving Chicago to travel the world full time.
This has been a really amazing time here in Chicago. We started understanding what we wanted out of life, and that was to take this big leap.
It feels both like we were here for a long time and we weren't here that long at all either. And finding ourselves wasn't really the hard set goal when we moved here. We just moved here with a very open mind and wanting to welcome whatever was going to happen when we were here. And as things happened, it just led us to go in and find out more about ourselves and just really know and connect with the part of ourselves that this is the next stage that we're meant to be doing.
I think the journey coming up to this was pretty intimidating. If you told us years ago that we would be doing this, I think we would be more scared than we are excited. And now we're at a place where there's still some fear, but it's maybe anxious. We're anxious about what's to come, but it's also excitement. So these things take time, and if you are watching this and you feel like you want to take this leap as well, look at us and other YouTubers and content creators out there that are doing the same thing. You can do it too, honestly, like even though it's scary. And we're gonna continue posting as we travel, so you'll see that we're alive and well and that we didn't die just because we quit our jobs and we're traveling the world. And I think we're gonna become very changed people as a result of all of this. We're going to meet new people and see cultures that we haven't interacted with, like on a close level.
This is gonna be the next stage of getting to know ourselves even more, because it didn't stop in Chicago. We realized there's actually way more that needs to be done, but going out there in the world versus staying put in one place. So
Oh, I do want to mention, because where you as a viewer are seeing this, it's leaving off from when we came back from Japan. So this is the transition point. After Japan, we made the decision that we need to travel full time.
So we came back to sell everything and getting our house in order, aka letting it go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We broke our lease. When we set it, we set a date, but then that date got moved forward because signs from the universe seemed to push us to have it happen sooner. So that's why this video is happening now. And the next place is a secret, but you'll find out when the next video comes out.
It's crazy because for us, had you told us that this was going to be what we'd be doing 3 years ago, for example, because this time for us, 3 years ago, we were making the decision to move to Chicago. We didn't move yet, but we were making the decision to move. And so about 3 years later, here we are making the decision to leave Chicago. And it feels very right. It feels very on time. And yeah, we have no idea what's going to be happening next, just like we didn't know when we moved to Chicago. So
It's going to be a whirlwind adventure.
if traveling around isn't necessarily for you, but maybe you're also inclined to, try out a new city, or you're even interested in Chicago, we have nothing but good words to say about Chicago and so many fond memories. And Chicago for us was a nice slate to just breathe and unwind ourselves, because we didn't know anyone coming here. We know people now, and we didn't know anything about this place, Chicago, Illinois, or the Midwest. We didn't know anything about it coming here, and now we feel pretty acquainted with it, and we really treasure our time here. That's also something that I wanted to make clear in this video, is that we're not leaving on bad terms at all. We're leaving in a headspace that feels so clear and so much more ourselves, and we owe it a lot to our time here in Chicago.
Chicago is where we started posting regularly on YouTube.
Getting back into a lot of hobbies that we put on pause as we were growing up and becoming adults. And so reconnecting with a inner child self, inner core self, felt so rewarding and fulfilling here. Whether you want to visit Chicago, or whether you're also thinking about doing the same thing, or you're just wanting to watch people who are going to embark on this journey, we are going to document it as much as we can and share it with everyone, because that is what we felt called to do after our time here.
We are following our highest excitement, our highest joy, and this is it. You're looking at it.
Just like we did when we moved here. So that's how we move.
Yeah.
Live our life. Thank you, Chicago.
Thank you, Chicago.
All right, we'll see you in the next one.
Sure, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
All right.